Hello, angels.
Hello, good.
How you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing good.
So first of all, just so you understand, you're here on stream, so don't be embarrassed or anything like that. It's just
No, that's right.
I got the information that you played against Crandop, but it's with Crandop,
No, it's Wave Crandop, yes.
and you have lost.
Yeah, did.
Okay.
It was a very brutal game, and to be honest, I did very poorly. So.
It's okay. If you lose with Crandop, it's always because of him. It's always his fault because he's ass at the game. Okay, so we're gonna take a look at the VOD. That's what we're gonna do. See what happens. So, those of you who don't know you, what do you play? What is your rank?
So I am a Zenyatta OTP. I am GM5 currently.
GM5 Zenyatta OTP. Okay. What rank was like average in the game?
In the game, I was the lowest ranked GM5. I don't know the average, but it was like GM5 to Champ 4.
Mm-hmm.
So pretty high ranked game. Yeah.
Okay, so it's like kind of like above the level that you're usually playing at, right? Considering
Yeah, it definitely was. It was also it didn't really help that I kind of just got back to playing Zen after like I mean, I played several games beforehand, but it's like 2 weeks of not really playing or ranking up my DPS to masses and whatnot. But so that didn't help. But I think what made it like really difficult for me, especially, was that they went full dive on Lijiang, Diva, Tracer, Genji, Lucio, and I had absolutely no idea what to do. Like usually in games, I can go, okay, I sort of know what I did wrong there. I didn't use cover there, or my distance was poor, or I should have, rotated away, or should have off angled here, or whatnot. But this game, I was just like, I know I played bad, but I have no idea really what I could have done. It was just that brutal.
Okay, send me the code, please. I mean, disclaimer: playing Zen against full dive monkey Tracer Genji is probably the hardest composition that you can play into. It would be quite expected for you to have more deaths than normal, less damage because you will have more deaths, and also because you're gonna be running 24/7. But I don't want to get too much into detail. I would like to get into it when we actually watch the code. Did Crandop flame you? Be honest.
No, he didn't. He was pretty nice. Or like just I don't know. He didn't really say that much.
Okay, I know Iceland. He's pretty good. See, like you overall have a pretty good team. This is a very high lobby. I mean, I recognize most of these names. They're like in my lobbies all the time. So this was a fairly high ranked lobby. It's like look, I'll say something a little bit kind of not nice, but you know how sometimes when we are super high rank, when you're in when you're in high top 500, like top 10, you sometimes get like the low GM or like the high master player to fill the lobby, and everybody's upset at him. Well, that's you today, but it doesn't really matter. We're just gonna go over what he could have done better. Okay. Starting off, you guys run Symmetra, Doom, Tracer, Babson. So what are you mostly gonna be doing in general? Like just looking at your team. Like who are you mostly going to be with? That's a better question to ask.
Probably my BAP.
Yeah, just your BAP. There's no one else to play with. Everybody else kind of a solo type of stuff. You don't know what enemy composition, like what the composition the enemy's running, so. But now you do know. And as soon as you saw that, in your mind, okay, they're playing dive. What do I do? Because you saw the character. So Diva, you saw Genji, you saw Lucio. So Kiri, and you're gonna see a Tracer in a second. In your mind, what do you have to keep in mind? They're playing full dive. What do I need to keep in mind here?
Well, obviously, my distance. I want to try to keep as much distance from the enemies as possible while still doing damage. At this point, I was thinking, okay, well, I know I probably can't do anything on the left side, as maybe going to try to do a very quick rotation to the right and just keep that long sight line there, possibly.
Yeah. I don't like to get too much into theoretical stuff. I'm more into practical stuff, but I'd like to kind of like talk about this for a second. So you say keep
Sure.
more distance, right? Which is it's you're correct. You want to maintain distance because you don't want to have you don't want them to have easy access to you. However, naturally, the disadvantage of your character is exactly the strength of their character, which is mobility. So
Yeah.
eventually, it doesn't matter how much distance you keep, they're gonna catch up to you. It does not matter. So you say I want to do as much damage as possible. Could you do a lot of damage to this composition?
I mean, it's just going to be difficult, especially on this map, because I don't really have any long sightlines to just spam damage, and they can get on me very quickly. So
Exactly, because you can't
it's
maintain a lot of distance, therefore you won't be able to shoot for long periods of time. Why? Because they're going to be catching up because you're the primary target. It doesn't help. It doesn't help that you have a BAP as well because he's also the primary target. So the fact that you two are together means that you are gonna be jumped on 24/7.
Yeah.
So you want to maintain your distance, and because it's a not long sightline map, it means that you can't stay in the same place for too long. Therefore, you're gonna be rotating quite often. You're gonna be moving around because if you stay in the same place for too long, you're not gonna be able to maintain distance. They're gonna catch up to you, and you die. As soon as they close the gap, you're dead. Therefore, you can't let them close the gap, which means you have to rotate 24/7. Now, what is the downside of constantly keeping the distance and rotating 24/7? What is the downside of that? Like the obvious one.
Well, you're just not going to have as much uptime because you're spending a lot of time rotating and more than doing damage.
Correct.
And,
Correct. You're just not gonna shoot often enough, right? You're not gonna shoot as often as you would like to. So less damage, less kills. However, what does this create for you? Like what rather is not what this create for you, but because you don't shoot often enough, so how do you actually win?
well, and what I kind of get for Zen at least is in these kind of comps trying to just be the bait of the team
Right.
is kind of how I see it. Is like, well, obviously they're all going to try to come to me. They're going to try to kill me first. So if I can be the bait and just live as much as possible, then that would help my team out as
Absolutely.
much. I didn't really do that here, but
Yeah, you're absolutely correct. You should be constantly running away, and you play this cat and mouse game. They're gonna be chasing you. You do as much damage as you can without dying, and essentially you inevitably will die. And you just want to prolong your death to allow your teammates to actually get the kills with the little damage that you do. You become the bait. They chase you. You shoot them as much as you can. You force their cooldowns. You do a little damage here and there, which your team should be able to capitalize on, right? Because they're chasing 24/7. You waste their cooldowns, you waste their time, you waste this, and essentially buy your team the time to win. Or like they give up on chasing you, which then you can capitalize on. Like for example, if D.Va uses her flight, she doesn't reach Zen. Obviously, she's not going to try to continue chasing you. It's like, okay, I use my flight, Zen is not there. It's time for me to go for somebody else, which then you pick and shoot. But in theory, you're correct. Let's see how it looks like in practice. See, that shot forced Tracer away. Just hitting that one headshot, no discord. You're like, okay, I can't really engage. What do you think about this?
I think I should have tried to rotate away sooner. Like, I kind of wasn't expecting the Genji to also pop there.
Why? Why didn't you expect him?
I to be honest, it's not that great, but I kind of forgot you could just go up there and
Okay.
right there.
You always have to assume when you're playing against full dive, even if like half the characters will be dive. What do you think the other half would do? Just follow up on the dive regardless. Like let's say they have Soldier instead of Genji. It's not like Soldier would play different than a Genji here. Yes, a Genji has easier access, but Soldier still, regardless, is going to try to follow dive and kill the people that are diveable. The Soldier's not going to sit here and shoot Doom 24/7, at least a good one, right? He's going to be like, okay, my team is diving. They're obviously going to try to kill the Zen. Let me try to see where I can find angle to kill the Zen. A good Soldier will probably wrap around the right. But beyond the point is that, if you see your team getting cornered like this, what does this mean from your perspective? Like my tank is here. If my tank is here, what does it mean?
Well, it means the fight's going to be there. You know, everyone's going to be on my tank. So,
It's
like
not.
if
It's
I'm
not. It's
that
not that they're
close
going to
to
be on
them,
your tank. It's that your tank gave space, which means they have control of the map,
yeah.
which means they're going to push.
Okay.
They're going to
Okay.
push that position. They have to push that position because, well, if my tank is here, means the map is open to them. Well, obviously, when your tank is here, the enemies are not going to be here, right?
Yeah, of course.
All right, they're going to push. They're going to take the space. So, what options do you already have here? Two options.
Well, at the moment, I've got lamp, and just try to utilize that, and
Even before, do
force.
you think you could have done something before the lamp was popped? The lamp was popped to save your life.
Mm.
It's not. There's no reason to use the lamp here besides Zenny's wand. Let me use lamp.
Yeah, I guess I don't know really, because like, okay, I could have rotated right and kept my distance, but then I wouldn't be in
Like
the fight.
here?
Maybe
Like here?
maybe.
When you say right here, like you mean right here or right from here? Okay, here, there.
The reason I wouldn't go like left was because I saw the tracer, so I was trying to rotate away from the tracer. But maybe in hindsight, it wasn't a great idea, because if I go right, like if I have to go back somewhere, right? But if I go right, then I can't see anything. I can't shoot anything at all. And maybe the Genji and tracer comes on me, but you know they can just target the other people and kill my team. So maybe going left and trying to fight the tracer was a better plan.
Yeah. So you headshot the tracer, you force her out, which means I mean you can confidently just walk here because tracer is low. Okay, she grabs the health pack. It doesn't matter, right? You would rather face one tracer than face Diva, Genji, Kiriko tracer. Force the tracer out. You already hit the headshot. You have the advantage. Go force the tracer out, especially when you have the next support to your team. Like you can take a 1v1 with a tracer when there's a map next to you, right? On the other hand, you could have also walked here. Like, okay, I have no line of sight, but you don't need line of sight for now. Like, okay, you go here. You can simply make a call because this is high elo. Like normally, if you were like a silver player or gold player, whatever, I wouldn't tell you communicate where you like because people wouldn't know what to do anyways. But at least these people are really good. You say, "Hey guys, I'm rotating 2 points." It's cranked up, like it's eyes them. They know, they're like, okay, I realize my Zen rotate to point, I can take the fight here. So what they're gonna do when you rotate here, they're gonna fold. They're gonna take the fight at point. They understand that they need to play within your line of sight. Right?
Right.
You know, like you can say, but like in lower elo, they wouldn't listen. Therefore, it would be a bad play. Well, no, because in lower elo, the dive wouldn't be as coordinated either way. It would be very easy for you to take this position, the first one, take a 1v1 against the tracer, and you can honestly just rotate here and flank in lower elos because people are not going to be paying attention. People are going to be lagging behind, etc., etc. So literally, any play that he would have made besides staying here would have been good. Rotating to point would have been good. Taking 1v1 against the tracer would have been good. Moving on. So you die, forced to use lamp, you die, you go dove, they pinch you against a corner. As soon as they pinch you against a corner, you have to understand that you're dead. That's why I say that you constantly need to keep distance and rotate. Eventually, they're gonna pinch you against the corner. It's about prolonging how long it takes them to pinch you against a corner. That's what it's all about.
We can't just let them take the objective.
See, like, as you shoot the Genji, he was looking at you. As soon as you step back and maintain the distance, realize, okay, I'm too far away to engage. Therefore, he cannot engage. Because if he uses his dasher, he has no means of protection. He just dies. He's too far into enemy territory. If he dashes onto you there, number one, he doesn't hit you. Number two, you poke him all the way, Baptiste turns around, he's dead. And that's why he didn't push you. Yes, by maintaining more distance, he obviously doesn't die, but also you don't die. But you can poke, and he doesn't. And I can't say you made a bad play, just unfortunately. You should have orbed your BAP beforehand, but it is what it is. At this point, you're already close. When BAP is dead, you obviously die. What do you think about this whole less than 15 seconds?
I don't know. I think in my head at the time, I kind of was like, okay, I know Vex sort of top. Maybe try to go top right and just try to bait them out, and then just go back as quickly as possible. But it didn't really do anything at all.
No, wait, pause. You went top right. You saw a bunch of enemies. You try to distract them. Whatever. Yeah, that was good. Obviously, you can't push here. It's a Kiriko, Lucio, Diva. Like you're gonna die. You just hear okay. As soon as you realize there are 3 people here, it means that how many people are here?
2.
Yeah, like
no.
Tracer, no heals. If you saw Lucio, Kiriko on top, obviously there's no heals. Just Tracer. You shouldn't be playing that passive. As soon as you realize, okay, 3 people are sitting here, it means that this. I mean, I can fight for this space for free. You can go push Tracer. Like, how could a Tracer beat you, Bap, and Torb? Ever. Never. And Symmetra. She doesn't just push. Should have been playing more aggressive. Here, like, you're overcompensating. You're like, they play dive, I need to play passive. Yeah, but you don't need to play passive when you're hugging 3 of your teammates against just Tracer. See? Well, what can a Tracer do solo? Nothing. Even if you had no window, you just shoot her one time with a Discord, and then what? Your recalls. Same thing here, right? What was the main issue? Is that you see, you kill the Tracer, Genji backed out.
Yeah.
You don't be here. But here, over here. Why? Because the dangerous people are already running away. The space cleared up. Let me go into a position that is safer for me, which ironically would be the point. Why? Because there's only a Diva there. A Diva cannot do anything to me by herself. Now, on the other hand, a Genji and like whoever was left behind, which is Kiriko, they can do something to you. And also, like you separate yourself too much from your team as well. Now, when he is beat, that's kind of unfortunate timing. But at this point, even then, it still would be better to push the point. Okay, that's unfortunate. Who forced Kran on Doom? Well, that's another problem. But you know, I'm not here to coach Kran. He's hopeless. Like dying to the Diva bomb was, you know, like a stupid death. Like I'm not gonna sit here and tell you how you shouldn't have died to the Diva bomb remake.
Yeah,
oh well, no shit.
I know.
but you know the positioning itself. You notice how much, ironically, how much safer you were close to your team on point, even when the use beat. Ironically. Why? Because the enemies were not a threat, and the point because they were low in numbers and they were kind of like in the.
Yeah, that was
Panic. You won the fight, but I don't think it has anything to do with Transcendence.
Yeah, I did kind of panic out. My odds were not that great this game.
So you just killed the Tracer by yourself, right? Yeah. And am I gonna sit here and pretend like this is gonna happen consistently? Of course not. However, that ties up to the first point of Tracer is here by herself. Bap is here. Take this position. Don't be afraid to take it. It's not a 1v1 against a Tracer because you have support. She doesn't. That's what I'm saying. If you can beat her sometimes in a 1v1 with no support, you can definitely beat her in a 2v1 when you have heals. Or at the very least, I'm not saying beat her, but at the very least contest the position. At the very least, not give her the opportunity to flank you anytime she wants. Like against dive, there's no avoiding the battle, but it's about choosing the battle. Who would I rather fight? Kiriko, Lucio, Diva, or Tracer? Who would I rather fight? Kiriko, Genji, Diva, or Tracer? Would I rather fight a Lucio that decides to wall right in my backline, or a Kiriko Genji? You know? There's no escape from these characters. It's more about which 1v1 is better for me to... Like, where can I isolate the 1v1s? Okay, check this out. What do you think was the what do you think is the mistake that I spotted?
Well, in my mind, it's either got to be one. I kind of gave up my position a bit too easily. I could have done I could have tried to pick them out from the distance a bit more, or it's because I hesitated and didn't really make a rotation.
I disagree with you. Here you, it looks like a large distance, but you will die. You will literally die as soon as they click speed here. As soon as they click speed here, you probably die. Now, you've made the decision. No, you made the decision here. You made the rotation. Yeah, it was good. It was good. Why? Because they close distance from here. I mean, I can't continue walking back because eventually I'm going to get pinched. I mean, you can continue walking here, but I mean, if they decide to ignore you, they can't do anything. So walking here would be the play. Why? Because all of a sudden, this is the distance. And eventually, yes, they'll get to you here, but here the entire time you do damage, and until they get here, they have to cross through your entire team.
Yeah.
Right? And it's again the same thing. You start walking here, you notice a tracer. What did you do?
Yeah, okay, I see. There's the tracer alone, and I kind of backed away, even though it's like it's just a tracer on the other, and on the other side it's everyone else basically.
Exactly. This is the moment where you're like, choose. Left side, I fight Kiriko, D.Va, Genji, Lucio, or right side, I fight a tracer, but BAP is next to me, and also there's a turret. Who wins? Very likely me with BAP and a turret. So that's exactly where, like, push into the point, force the tracer out. That's what you do. Why? Because if you stay here, ironically, Tracer still gets more value because they push and she just pinches you from the other side. When you push her, when you push here, the likelihood of you winning the 1v1, it's not really a 1v1, significantly higher. You force her out of position and you dodge these guys. So what you should have done is just push your way into the point, force your way into the point.
Yeah, that makes so much more sense. I don't think, yeah.
Because here you die. I mean, I don't see how you live. Oh, you should have. Oh, you do die. I was like, you should have died, but you did die. That's what it's about. Because eventually they close the gap. You were more afraid than a tracer on the point by herself with no healing when you have people next to you and a turret instead of the entire enemy team. Okay, you lose this round.
That makes a lot more sense.
Okay.
I don't think we do much yet. I do try a couple of things, it doesn't work out, but yeah, we lose pretty miserably here.
So it's not like the way you think about the game is wrong. The maintaining the distance is okay, trying to do damage is okay, like, you know, the discords, the orbs are okay, Transcendence wasn't great, whatever. Cover was okay. Everything, like, you have the understanding. It's about that you think about the things too literally. You treat the danger, quote unquote danger, equally. But obviously there are things that are more dangerous than others. You know, Kiriko, Genji, Lucio, way more scary than Tracer. But in your mind, it's Tracer scary, Kiriko, Genji, Lucio scary, and in your mind, they're both scary. So you want to avoid both of the positions. But you can't avoid both of the positions. I mean, sometimes you can if it was Junker Town, maybe. Yeah, Junker Town, you could just like, keep long sight lines and out-rotate until the end of time. It's a long-range map. But here you don't have the option, don't have the luxury. It's like, Tracer on the right side, 3 people on the left side. Who do I want to fight? Well, obviously the Tracer, because likelihood of living is a lot higher. At least now they play Ramatra, it's a little bit should be a little bit easier in theory. Okay, this I like.
I stay too long here, though. I do die. Yeah.
I like this. But don't spoil Angels. Come on.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah. This is whoa, way too long. When do you? Okay, tell me. When do you think you should have rotated? Give me a pause. Oh, sorry.
Oh,
Yeah, man.
Can't see anymore.
There you go.
Of course. Yeah. See, I see the Tracer starts going that way. It's like, okay, well, the Tracer wants to go on me.
Yeah.
And I mean,
Yeah, that's the cue.
I would.
That's the cue. I mean, that's the theoretical right cue. Tracer looks at me. Tracer can engage me. Tracer can easily get to you. She just need to jump and blink, and she's already here. She can go up on the high ground. But most people would miss the Tracer because you're like busy shooting over here, so you might have not paid attention to the Tracer. And also, you know, you can 1v1 a Tracer. You know, like, is it a favorable matchup? No, but you can 1v1 a Tracer. This moment where you see the Lucio is doing this, the Lucio is looking at you. Lucio is looking at you. That's like, okay, he's coming. At this moment, it's like, bye-bye. At this moment, you could have rotated your way, like, out of the way. Because by the time he would be here, you would already be here. That's where you should have rotated. So you had the right idea, because this is the maximum distance, this is the angle, this is great. right?
And then I stay for like an extra 2 seconds.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's why you die.
It takes 100 times to learn, 1,000 times to understand.
Give me 1 second, angels. Just 1 second.
Okay.
Okay, there you go.
I found you.
Looks good for now. You're applying pressure. Doing good. This is a favorable fight, right? You probably win this one. Genji hit some nice shots, but still, he couldn't kill you. Not in a million years by himself. Because you have your map next to you. What do you think about this?
Yeah, I was like, I kind of wanted to use the window, and like maybe I was just way too close. I was just way too close. There, I should have backed off.
You're right. You're right. I mean, a window, ironically, is death trap. A window, ironically, against dive is a death trap because they're always going to be diving the window when they're close. You want to stay away from the window and actually shoot through the window while maintaining distance as much as you can.
Okay.
You have like this. I understand the frustration when you play against dive, right? You want to stay alive, obviously, but you still don't want to be useless. Therefore, you look for damage all the time. But that a lot of the time compromises your position. You're like, I know in your head, yes, they're playing that, but I still want to do damage because I feel like I'm useless if I don't do damage.
Yeah.
And then you stay a little bit too long, and then you overextend a little bit too much because you want to do damage, which is fine. In the way you're thinking about it, like I want to damage. That's fair. You have to understand against dive, there's no you can't get away with it. Against dive, you can't get away with it. Therefore, it means that yes, you need to have the understanding. Against dive, I will have significantly less damage. Right? So you have to play safer. You have to maintain distances. You have to rotate faster. You have the understanding of it, but you have to let go of the idea of I want to do the maximum of damage because you can't against that composition because it's naturally the strongest composition that can play against you. However, what was the practical thing that you have learned?
Well, I think from this, it's just I have to pick my battles.
Mm-hmm.
So, what you're saying, especially with the, it's like, do I want to fight a Diva, Genji, Lucio, or Tracer? I go for the Tracer instead of, kind of like either kind of not really doing any of that or going for the West matchup, obviously.
Exactly. You avoid both fights. That's the problem. You avoid every fight, and you can't avoid every fight. It's about choosing your battles against dive. You have to choose where am I more likely to survive. That is the battle that you choose. Left side Tracer, right side Genji Kiriko. I want to fight Tracer. Why Genji Kiriko kill me? Or rather, Genji Kiriko kill me, I don't kill them. Right? Tracer alone, it's not great, but it's still better than Genji Kiriko, right? It's the odds are still against me, but they're less against me. But on the other hand, like you take it to even the extreme. There's a like Torb and Bap next to you, and you're still afraid to take the position, even though it's a 3-on-1, not even a 1-on-1. I would take that position if it was a 1-on-1, because I know the other option is worse. 3-on-1 is full confidence. I run straight to the point. I don't care. She is the one disadvantage at Tracer. So against dive, it's not. It's about prolonging your death by choosing your battles because there will never be 5 people together. When the Tracer's going to be on the right side, Genji's going to be above. It's about running away from almost 100% certainty of death to 50% certainty death, 30% death. It's about choosing your battles. That's all. Okay?
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Awesome. It was a pleasure.
As always, thank you.
I think I think that like all things considered, I mean this was obviously above Sensei's rank, right? So cranked up through as per usual. This was above Sensei rank, she didn't play bad. It's like it's not like Sensei was feeding and playing like garbage. She still tried to apply the principle of like off angling and applying pressure and this and this and that. But it's like it's about being too afraid of taking the 1v1s when they're necessary because you can't avoid them sometimes.